So first off, I want to let you know that I'm a big supporter of Dika George when it comes to rainbow hair issue. I've seen so many videos of people comparing Dika George issue with the lady of bone bread. And I'm here to tell you that there is no comparison when you really invest your IQ and time into looking at these two scenarios. Dika George bought a bad product for her personal consumption from Rainbow Hair. And the story, you guys know how the story went. With bone bread, it's a different thing. The lady who brought the video out, who said something about bone bread, did not patronize bone bread for her personal consumption. She is like a retailer. She buys from Bone Bread, who produces the bread, the company that produces the bread, and she retails to final consumers, people who buy Bone Bread from her to consume, to eat, to personally consume the products. I don't know, she says she personally eats bone bread and that bone bread is good also. According to her video, she's eating it and it's good. Now, this is how it is very different. With Dika George bought something to use personally, something she knows, she has at least an experience of what it should look like for her personal use. When it got to her, she automatically noticed that no, this is not good. With bone bread, you bought to resell, and none of the customers you resold bone bread to came back to tell you that this bread did this or this bread did that. Okay, we understand that you are also a partial customer, no, a partial consumer of the product, because you said you also eat the bread. However, you said that the bread is good. Now, the bread being good wasn't the question. The question was, what is in the bread that made it stay 2 months without going bad? But in that story, I am thinking of something else. Because in that same initial story, you said that bone bread will come and kind of repossess the bread when you don't sell everything. That they will come back, pick the ones you did not sell, either replace it or give you refund. I don't know how they do at the money, but I remember vividly that you mentioned in that video that they will usually come back to pick the ones that were not sold. Okay, also in that video you said that this bread is left, you did not sell this bread, and you called them for them to come and repossess it, either for a change or for whatever, and they did not come. Something inside me, inside this my brain, is telling me that there is some part of you that made that video out of spite. I want to believe in myself that there is something somewhere in your brain when you were making that video that made that video out of spite instead of 100% fact. We don't know if that bread has sat in your store for 2 months like you claimed. We don't know. We cannot tell. We were not there. However, what we can say, what we can tell, what we can observe is according to what you have said. And based on what you have said, I am thinking in my own personal opinion that there is something fishy about that video. The video of the bread sitting in your shop for 2 months and not going bad. I am thinking, in my belief, my personal opinion, in my brain, as a human being who has heard from you and has heard from the other party, I am thinking that there is something somewhere in your mind that contributed to that video that might be spite, out of spite of the fact that they did not come back to pick the bread that you were not able to sell. Having said that, so many other people, Nigerians most times, most times we think that the rich people, the rich Nigerians, are the problem why we are not rich, are the problem why we are where we are. So when you see any slightest thing against someone who seems to be there, like it throws you off. You want to side with the average person immediately. We don't want to believe what someone who seems to be doing well in Nigeria is saying. And I want to understand where it's coming from. Mostly from the place of, you are better than me. Okay, let's bring her down. Let's bring him down to our level. We are accustomed to thinking that the rich people in Nigeria are the problem of the poor people in Nigeria. The rich people in Nigeria are not the problem of the poor people in Nigeria. They worked their ass out to get to where they are. If they are not in the government at this point, if they are not a politician at this point, they are not contributing to your poverty in Nigeria. They have no hands in your situation in Nigeria. The only thing they did was to manage and take themselves out of the situation of every average Nigeria in Nigeria. And to the lady who made that video, without facts, the only fact you have was that that bread has been sitting in your store for 2 months, of which nobody except you can testify to that fact. You did not tell us about the ingredients in that bread listed on the label on the bread. Like when you get a bread like this, I don't know. My mama sold bread. I don't know if it's still that way. When you get a bread label, nylon, you will see where they write ingredients. Under where they wrote ingredients, you will see the ingredients written there. Now, I understand that in Nigeria, if there's anything fishy in a product, they won't put it there because maybe there is no strict monitoring of those things. But where I am not kind of going to side with this woman who made the video of the bread is the owner of the bread, the company, the manufacturer, Bone Bread. When after seeing that video, try to reach out to you to understand what the issue is, to kind of liaise with you, to kind of sit you down woman to woman, or a company and customer relationship. She tried to hear from you. What you told us you did, and I quote you, was, I did not mention your name, I did not show your logo, don't call me again. That is understandable. You did not mention the name, you did not show the logo. However, anybody that eats Bone Bread would have seen that this is Bone Bread. Brain is working. Okay? If I see a product I use with or without you showing me the logo or the name, I will know that this is the product I use. And to add salt to the injury, you went and you started hurting all the comments that said it's Bone Bread. When you were hurting the comment, why didn't you hurt every comment? Why did you choose to hurt only the comments that said Bone Bread? You people don't know how law works in Nigeria. Madam, you are liable. You are liable to the damage. And a reputational damage is such a bad damage to do to any business. To individual, to personality, it's understandable. But you see, to someone's business, a reputational damage is the worst thing you can do to any business. Some people are blaming the business owner. Madam, they don't mention your name. They don't mention your bread. They don't show logo. Now you by yourself come out, come they tell us, say, now your bread. I listened to her, I saw her video. People who eat bone bread have seen the video and they recognize that this is the bread that I eat and this is bone bread. And people who know her and know the bread, they have brought the video to her attention that, oh, madam, see waiting, then they talk about your bread. So you did not mention the name or anything linking bone bread, but people were able to recognize the bread in your hands. And let me say something again that I observed from that video. That video, when you were making that video, even though you were cautious of the name of the product, of the bread and the logo, it's also, guys, if you watch that video, you will see that this woman was how would I put it? Being a chameleon in that video, like trying to manipulate the audience in that video. She was like, I hope the logo is not showing now. I hope the logo is not showing. While at the same time trying to make sure that people will be able to recognize the bread in her hands. Watch that video again. Watch that video again. I understand the need to protect consumers in Nigeria, but in this particular case, I am personally believing that this woman was out for bone bread for not coming to take back the bread that she was not able to sell. I am personally believing that this is why she made that video, out of spite, wickedness. I am personally believing that. But you have, the right to your opinion. You are entitled to your own belief and thinking also. Go back to that initial video, the first video, you will see where she was holding the bread carelessly, saying, I hope, Sha, that the logo is not showing. I hope, Sha, that the logo is not showing. Why still showing a part of the reddish color of the branding of the bread? Why didn't you remove the branding of the bread entirely if you knew that you really needed to protect yourself? If you know that you really didn't intend to cause any reputational damage to the brand. Make una reason this thing well. I again understand the need to protect the end consumers in Nigeria, but I want to believe that in this particular one, that is not the case. That is not the case. And in case if you do not know, madam, better find money. Better find money. That money where you don't, the profit where you don't make so far from selling bone bread, you go give them to lawyer. You go give them to lawyer, because as I am sitting here and judging this case without the law school educational process of legal proceedings and legal distance, you are already liable at least to reputational damage. You had no facts. You had no evidence, apart from that a bread has been sitting there for 2 months. Apart from that, and they did not come back to take it, which to me is the reason why you made that video. You better prepare money. You better pray may Nigeria listen to you, may Nigerians listen to you, because if not, your pride and your foolish and stupidness could land you for curriculum.